Hey, how y'all doing? Yes, that was the intro. Y'all, guess what I have? Guess what I have? I caught an author. You know how hard it was to catch one of these things? They're never outdoors. Alright, but I set a trap, okay? I put a book and quill on the doorstep, and I just stared for like 6 minutes. And then he didn't come. And then I had to wait for nightfall because I remembered that these motherfuckers are usually nocturnal. And I was like, oh, right. So I went home, came back, woke up at a godly hour, and wouldn't you know it, sitting there just having a wonderful time by the moonlight with a little candle. And I swear to you, an owl was watching. I don't know if it's his pet. I don't feel like he's an owl person. I had no idea of knowing. However, I have a friend on my sofa. Say hello to friend. Yeah.
Hello.
This is friend. Friend says hello.
Hi.
This is Mr. Doyle. Oh. Hi Stove, bye Stove. Stove is an interesting character. Stove likes to scream at Valorant and scream at people who play Valorant.
I've heard that is a thing you do when playing.
Yeah. That's all I hear from downstairs. I know when my husband's playing Valorant. It's the funniest shit ever. And you can't avoid this, can you? Alright, well, hello. It's pony time.
Oh dear.
It's pony time, don't worry. We shall continue. Hi, Fred.
We are 3 minutes in, and we have strayed so far from God.
Yes, we have. Nay, Winnie. Alright. But now here's the most important question. One of the most important questions I'm going to ask you today. My first question is very important. Is that Freddy Five Bears? Alright, Stove. Stove, the door. I'm not sure where it is, but you can find it. The most important question here that I'm going to ask you today, Mr. Man. I'm going to call you Mr.
Yes.
Man because it's Kieran M. Doyle, right? So I'm going to call you Mr. M, Mr. Man. So, Mr.
Okay.
Man.
Yes.
Mr. Man, my important question is, who are you? Who is you? Who is on my sofa?
That's quite the existential question. And, I mean, aren't we all truly trying to answer that? But anyway, but yes, I am Kieran M. Doyle. And, I introduce myself always as a fantasy writer, model painter, and cozy specialist. And also as your guide to the world of Nazarim and many others. That's the world in which I write my stories.
Oh, you're a
Yeah.
whole writer. You a whole author.
Yes, I do have a few short stories finished. Not officially published yet, but I'm also working on my debut novel.
I've heard many debuts. I have never in my life heard debut novel before. How's
Yes.
that going?
All right. I want to say I'm somewhere around 70 to 80,000 words into it.
Oh my god.
So I still have a long ways to go because fantasy. Unfortunately, I chose the genre that has the longest freaking books.
You know what?
Like, have you ever read Game of Thrones?
I have not. Bun doth not read books. They're very hard to get your hands on in Wonderland. But
Oh.
I will venture out into Wonderland just to get one of your books. I'm gonna see how that ends up going. Bun's gonna have to be literate for once.
Hopefully it goes well. And I mean, I read samples of my work on stream as well, so people can always get previews. But yeah.
Ooh, you know what that means. I know what I'm doing this Saturday. I'm reading words.
Oh, and I also do have one unofficial audiobook made of one of my stories. So, yes, that one's near and dear to my heart. It's a fantasy horror story.
Oh, you better drop the link to that.
Yes.
Yes, Chris. What is it, Chris? Chris is yelling at me. What did I do? What do you want? Did you drop your applesauce on the carpet again? Is this what happened? They may as well be my children. I didn't ask for any of them. But they're here. Also, Stove, honey, if you have the mouth to yap, you have the tongue to walk. Let's go. Anyway.
Who walks on their tongue?
I don't know. I mean, shoot. Actually, wouldn't you know?
I don't know. Except that one creature, Tung from The Tick. Did you ever see that episode? It was really good.
That sounds horrifying.
Yeah, it was a big monster made entirely of tongues. The Tick was a great show. Yeah, Sergio knows what I'm talking about. He's a man of culture.
Sergio's great. I love Sergio. Sergio's awesome. Y'all scare me. I don't know, Mom, did you see the thing I tagged you on Twitter? Chris broke into YouTube to escape the mods. Inferno's still a mod on YouTube, Chris. That's gonna be hilarious to watch. Anyway. So, oh, okay, Wolfie, go eat lunch, dinner, yes, it's lunch to me, okay? I woke up a few hours ago. Time works very differently here, and by time works very differently, I mean the world revolves around me, and if I go to sleep at 5 a.m., it's not the next day until I sleep and wake up again. Anyway, here's one of the most important questions I'm gonna ask you today. Are you ready? This one's serious. This one's heavy.
Oh, okay.
Alright, this is a very heavy, very serious, very personal question.
Mm-hmm.
How much can you bench press?
Oh, haven't tried in a long time. Last time I
Was it
measured?
in high school?
No, it was after that. I'm a trained
God.
martial artist, so yeah, I did martial arts for a large portion of my life, so I'm no stranger to the gym. I think the last time I actually measured, it was like somewhere around 160, 170.
Oh, look at him go! Oh, look at him go! Oh, shit. Every single person that I've had on here so far, sitting in that very seat, has looked me dead in the eyes and gone, the last time I measured that was in high school. So then I had to pull out the "you would never last a single day" in the salty spittoon, and then I also had to pull out the two marshmallows and a toothpick joke. Have you whipped the chair before? Oh, may one juju on that beat? Can you in fact juju on that beat?
What?
Can you juju on that beat?
Can I what? To the what?
Can you dance, sir?
Can I dance?
Yes.
Can I dance and will I dance are two very different questions.
Well, it's just can you dance? Can you dance?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. What? Wait. Like dance, or do you just like know how to keep a beat?
I've always been pretty good at keeping a beat. I have a musical background as well. And that. So one thing I was known for. All right, this is kind of cringe looking back, but during senior prom, they started playing Sandstorm, and I may or may not have busted into a martial arts routine on the dance floor.
You know what? That's
yeah.
fucking based as shit. That's how you establish dominance. Y'all gotta learn from this alpha male right here. This right here, look at him. This man right here sitting on this sofa is peak. Ow!
Oh jeez, I just saw that a second later on the stream. That was violent. Anyway.
I can't get mad. They have a wonderful throwing arm. Hi, Percy. Hi. And then they rip my weave off and caress my bone dome.
Aw, eat my. So yeah. Oh, okay. On adjacent to the dancing thing.
Yeah.
This is something I haven't mentioned a lot before. So I grew up in a very, shall we say, backwoods town.
Yeah.
Very rustic,
Like
as it were.
road type beat.
A little bit. Walking around town, you may or may not hear banjos. So in high school, I sort of had to, as part of the gym curriculum, we had to country line dance.
So you're Merc.
And I am ashamed to say I was actually really good at it.
Oh, don't be ashamed. Some of those actually hold on. Hot take. Some line dances take a shit ton of effort for no good reason.
It was a great workout. I actually really liked it for that. But okay, the dance that I did the best was to the tune of I Feel Like a Woman. Anyway, next question.
No. gonna let you simmer and marinate in that for a second.
So yeah. Thankfully, that was a long time ago.
Do you feel like a woman?
I feel like I just got jump scared is what I feel.
Listen, you get jump scared, I get jumped. Okay, there is a difference. This hurts. My scalp. Oh my goodness. But yes, I mean, well, see, at least I got a little love. That was Wolfie. Thank you, Wolfie. Thank you, Wolfie. At least someone here loves me. Shit. Well, yes, after I let you sit and marinate in that and, someone decided to press my scalp, oh my goodness. Actually, this reminds me. You know, okay, no. You know what? Since you dropped something you consider cringy dance-wise, I'm gonna drop something I consider cringy dance-wise as well. So, back when I was in high school, right, my best friends were all into BTS, and I was never into BTS while they were, right? So they tried to force me. So they sat me down. They were like, okay, you're gonna listen to K-pop and BTS now, right? So I was like, okay, sure, I'll listen to some BTS. And me? If the music sounds good, I'll listen to it, right? Here's the thing, though. I got my sister into BTS, and that was where the problem started. She's the kind of person who really liked Just Dance, and when she realized that it was normal for people to mirror the dance practices and post them on YouTube, she started learning the dances, and she didn't want to do them by herself, right? So I have at least 20 K-pop songs from different groups, mostly BTS, memorized down to muscle memory that I can do actively right now. Well, not right this minute, but yes. And I did do, for a dance practice in school, I did do one for that as well.
It's really sweet, though. You're being a good sister.
This is true, but my sister and me are 6 years apart, and she was a grown-ass woman. My sister's 6 years older than me. She's over here having the time of her life listening to Fire, and you know what? That song was fire. I can't say shit. That song, BTS songs are good. Well, the ones I used to listen to. I don't like their more new music. I tried to get into it. It didn't work. Anyway. So, aside from sitting on my sofa, with, you know, next to my stew and talking to Yappy McYapperson, this one right here, what's your favorite part of streaming?
I just love the people that I've met through it. That they are hands down my favorite part of this. When I started, I've actually been at this for a while. I've been at this since 2020. Yeah, I was one of that wave that came during the pandemic. It was during that first summer with the lockdown. I didn't have any work to do because I was working as a substitute teacher at the time, so nothing to do. I couldn't see my friends because lockdown, so I reached out online to try and find, connection. I had to avoid isolation, and that's when I accidentally discovered VTubing. I was like, hey, this seems kind of fun.
Honestly?
So, yeah.
You know what? A lot of people have brought up, as a response to this question, that it's like, it was like the friendship, it was like the One Piece, okay? It was the friendship you made along the way, right?
Yeah.
However, I feel like that was the sweetest one that I've gotten so far, because you were like, COVID made me not see my friends, so I found more friends.
Yeah, sure. And I mean, the fact that my character is a wolf, not a cat, don't be fooled by the ears. Part of the reason I chose a wolf as my sort of a look is that I've always been kind of a lone wolf. So I've always been a very solitary person, so making the friendships that I've made through this community has been the best part of it.
That's awesome. See, that's what I like to hear. I'm glad that the VTuber community isn't all just Twitter people.
Oh yeah, no.
It brings me joy. That Twitter people scare me. Twitter's horrifying.
It is. Yeah. It's a horrible dystopian hellscape.
Sometimes Twitter can be really cool and really helpful, but sometimes Twitter can be 4chan's distant relative.
Oh my god, yes.
It's like it's the difference between like any random gaming subreddit and then like a politics subreddit.
Yeah.
It's that. I'm still never getting into politics. It fucking scares me.
That is wise. My brother has a political science background, and he quickly got out of it because he saw how horrible it was.
See? When you change careers because of the people who are in it, that says a lot.
Yeah.
Ooh, this one I think I have a grasp for it, but I want to ask it to you anyway. What's some stuff you do when you're not streaming? Like hobbies and shit?
Honestly, most of my hobbies are what I do on stream, and so when I'm not streaming, I'm usually just doing those. So a lot of my content is not like what you'll see in a lot of other VTubers. They do mostly like gaming and things like that. I tend to just bring my hobbies into it. So I paint models on stream. That is my bread and butter. Like I mentioned, I love reading to people, especially my own stuff. So I like doing storytime streams. I'm slowly branching out into voice acting, so I study a little bit of that. I'm trying to get into the whole like comfort ASMR thing. I've got some stuff up on YouTube. But yeah, there's that, and I love board games. That is one of my greatest passions.
Board games?
Yes, I have a collection of like 80 board games IRL. And one of my favorite games to play online with VTuber friends is Tabletop Simulator. Because I used to have, a long time ago, it was a couple years ago, I had a weekly series where it was just tabletop night. I would just have a revolving cast of guests who would come in each week, and we would just play board games.
Okay, see, that's awesome. Now, see, I have a follow-up question.
Yes.
Do you like... And how do you fare with Monopoly?
Oh, I have not played Monopoly in many, many years.
Would you be down to play?
I could always give it the old college try again. I will say, I heard a stand-up comic say once that a Monopoly loss is dark. It's like soul-crushingly horrible,
Yeah,
and I do agree with that assessment. Yeah, so like most of the board games I play are very thematic and immersive and story-driven and things like that. And I especially love miniature-based war games like Warhammer and things like that. But yeah, I don't mind the classics.
Listen, Monopoly has made and broken many friendships. I would love to have just, and I really want to do this, like just a huge collaboration, a bunch of people just playing Monopoly.
Yeah.
Just see what happens.
One thing I've always wanted to do is have like a tabletop night that's just card games, and it's all canine VTubers, so it's like dogs playing poker.
Oh my.
I've never actually done it, but...
Alright, well, you know what this means. I'm gonna find all of my doggy friends. I'm kidding,
So,
I don't have any friends.
And if you want a friendship ender, play Talisman.
What that?
Talisman, it's a wonderful game. I love it. It's this like fantasy adventure board game. It takes a very long time to play. I will say that. So don't play it unless you have like 3 or 4 hours to burn. But yeah, it's one of those games where inevitably the gulf between the character progress becomes enormous and just like bad feelings all around. It's definitely a test of friendships.
Ah.
It's kind of great that way.
Ooh, you got your first viewer question. Your first viewer question seems to be, do you like D&D?
I have been a dungeon master since I was 12, so yes. Actually, just a couple of days ago, I was playing D&D on stream with some of my friends, and I do plan to run my own campaign in the near future. Actually, the campaign I plan to run isn't D&D. I love just tabletop role-playing games in general, but D&D is not my favorite. I love it, and I enjoy playing it. What?
Go ahead, you were saying.
Oh. But yeah, my favorite RPGs, one is Iron Kingdoms, which is set in this really fun, colorful fantasy steampunk universe. and the other would be Dark Heresy, which is based in the Warhammer 40k universe. It's very like gothic and grim and focused on like investigation and intrigue and stuff like that. It's great.
Oh, funny you mentioned that actually. That's Sergio already said Warhammer 40k question mark.
Yeah, I saw that.
No, I'm currently running a campaign and making my own system, though I don't like D&D. I don't know shit about D&D. I was going to join like my first D&D like game, cause I like getting into characters and doing roleplay and stuff, right? Cause I mean shit, like I've been cosplaying for a while, and when I cosplay, I go crazy. Like I'll imitate the voice and shit, right? That's what I do. Just wait till I get my hands on a Paimon cosplay. You don't even know that voice I can already do. And I'm already short as fuck. All I need is like a pair of stilts, like transparent stilts, and I can be flying all over the place. But that's aside the point. That's irrelevant. But I was trying to get into my first game, and then just life kept getting in the way, and I was never able to actually start my first campaign at all. It kind of sucked.
Yeah, real life is the bane of D&D sometimes. You get like a great group together, and you all have like a story in mind and characters and stuff. It's like, all right, when can we meet? And then there's just this dead silence.
I wonder if VTuber D&D would be fun. Like, everyone just walks in as their own characters, like their own VTuber models.
That would be interesting, honestly. I have thought about like what I would be translated into D&D. Probably, I'm guessing a wizard of some kind. Because we'll focus on like magic and reading and things.
Wolfie. Wait. Wolfie, not cat.
Wolf. Actually, my character is based in Norse mythology. So.
You have my attention, sir. I'm all ears.
Yeah, the lore of my character is that he is an incarnation of Fenrir. And there's a whole backstory behind it that is actually, it serves as an analogy for my own life. So, I went deep. I'm a writer. Like, obviously I threw myself into that.
I mean, I'm not surprised. Shoot, If you had to give yourself a percentage on, like, how much, like, percentage-wise, you are done with, like, your debut novel, which, once again, that's an awesome fucking thing. People have debut music videos, debut streams, debut novel, that's a new one. I don't think I've ever heard that one. How close you being done for, no apparent reason.
Well, done with the rough draft, probably about halfway. But after that is the editing process and the other drafts, so...
I mean, if you need a test reading bunny, like I'm right here.
I'd be happy to show you some of it. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, let's go.
Yeah, a lot of people love the flagship character of my stories. Like they all attach to her in some way, shape, or form.
Like that. I like a good character. I like a good reading. Cause my thing is, school kind of ruined reading for me. Like when I was young. Like, school ruined books for me, in 5th grade. There's only one book that I ever got an interest in reading. And just, my brain said, but I like to read. And so I was like, okay, you like to read, but you don't like books? Alright, well, we're gonna go online, and we're just gonna find as many science articles as we can. And that's what I did.
That's fair. I mean, speaking as a literature teacher, yeah, a lot of the stuff on the curriculum is terrible.
It made me sad.
So it all depends on the teacher you get and how off script they're willing to go with the content.
Oh my goodness, that woman was getting mad at me because I didn't want to do my reading logs.
Oh god, reading logs. Don't get me started on reading logs.
Actually, you a teacher, right? You're a teacher?
Yes, I am.
Are you comfortable answering questions about that? Because I have questions.
Absolutely, I talk about it all the time.
Heckaroonie, heck yeah. Like what students do you teach? Like what grade? Yeah,
so I teach literature and creative writing at the high school level. So I run the gamut from freshmen to seniors. Honestly, that's bless you is what I say to my colleagues who teach the younger grades. Because I don't know how they do it. Like especially middle school. Oh my god. I have worked in middle schools, and I've found there's a stark dichotomy. They are either complete angels or they are hellspawn. It is never in between.
That's my god. Actually, you know what? This goes good into another question. What's your favorite age to teach kids? Like best opportune scenario.
Honestly, like, one, I actually enjoy teaching freshmen, despite the stigma around it. Um, it can be really fun, especially because they're all bright-eyed coming out of middle school, and like you have a chance to really like hook them early and get them into literature. But I also really love working with seniors, just because they're like pretty much adults at that point, and you can kind of like talk straight across to them and give back as much sarcasm as they give you without being a creep.
Wow.
Yeah, and you can also like have some latitude to do some of that higher level thinking and creative writing stuff that you can't do with the other grades.
This is true. This is true. I agree with that. Actually, now this brings me to another question. Now I'm curious about you as a person. But like when you were in school, what was your favorite grade when you were in school? Just all around. And you can't say preschool and you can't say kindergarten.
That's fine. I never went to preschool, actually.
Neither did I! I don't know why people go to preschool. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I would say my favorite grade would probably be senior year. And it was all because of my English teacher that year. Because at the beginning of sophomore year, I moved to a new town, the backwoods town. I didn't know anyone there, and I am very much an introvert, so I'm not good at making new friends, especially face-to-face. So I was just kind of by myself for most of sophomore and junior year, and this is going to sound so sad, but I sat by myself in the lunchroom every day.
Oh, you're fine.
And so every day during my lunch, there would be this one teacher who I didn't know walking around, and she noticed that I was by myself, and so she started striking up conversations with me, and we talked about books and just various things we liked. It turned out she was the head of the English department. And so my senior year, she specifically requested me for her honors English class. And that was the most fun I have ever had in school, because she introduced me to things like the Romantics and the Transcendentalists, which made me realize that is who I am. I am one of those.
Indoctrinated. Yes?
I mean, she just showed me a greater body of literature related to who I already was. And I was able to find my place.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and she was like a second mother to me, and inspired me to like explore my writing more. I ended up becoming class poet by the end of the year.
Oh.
Yeah, and she was great. And as a sad note to it, I found out 2 days ago that she passed away.
What?
Yeah, it's really sad, but yeah, but I mean, she changed my life. She really did. So I'm very grateful for that, and I base a lot of my teaching practices after her.
I know you a good teacher then.
I'm okay.
Okay.
Whether I'm a good teacher or not differs depending on whether you ask the administration or the students.
This is true.
Because I'm one of those teachers who definitely goes off script, and it does exploratory stuff that is not technically approved.
It's fine. You're doing your job. The kids are learning, right? That's kind of the whole point of being a teacher. A teacher is to teach, regardless of whether or not they go off curriculum.
Yeah. Honestly, a lot of curriculum involves just like throwing the information at them and be like, memorize this. Like,
that's dumb.
What?
And that doesn't
just like
anything.
Be able to parrot back to me exactly what the author intended. That's not how I do things. It's more like read this and. Yeah, my approach is more. Read this, read stuff related to it, go find some stuff related to it, and tell me what you think. That's my approach.
Yeah, because as long as, like, what? Sergio, what do you mean that once you learned you could just walk out of class, no one could stop you, and you just dipped? Bad! No! Bad! Amazing, I still passed. Dog. Anyway, I was gonna complain about the school system. The school system is so annoying, man. It bothers me so much. Because they're just churning out batteries, and no one's actually, like, prioritizing free thinking or giving children the ability to realize that there's more paths in life. They're like, oh, there's doctor, there's this, there's that, and then there's, like lawyer, maybe, if you want to get spicy, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I have actively encouraged students to pursue paths that don't involve schooling. Like, if college isn't for you, that's fine. Go into a trade. Like, pursue your passion through alternative means. Like, I'm one of the few teachers who actually does that. And yeah, the institution of education, especially here in this country, is deplorable. I mean, and it's because it's run by business people, not teachers.
Yeah.
Which is really unfortunate. So actually, funny you should say that. One of my pieces of writing that I'm most fond of is basically me just chewing out U.S. education system through my characters. Yeah, because
I've never been more proud of somebody in my life. Okay, it's not too late for me to adopt this introvert, is it?
So the flagship character of my books is a sorceress, and so she was trained at this very prestigious magic academy, and then she left home because she felt her life was completely stifling, and she wanted adventure and to challenge herself in the real world, and blah 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 blah. So she does that. She goes adventuring. She becomes a hero, quote unquote. Comes back home and reacclimates to society, like back at that magic academy, and then she discovers she hates what they're doing with their students, and so. Yeah, the story's really fun. It takes a little bit of a dark turn at the end, but it's meant to be humorous, where she kind of vaporizes a student just to prove a point.
You know what? I'll take it. Listen, a point is for the greater good. A point is for the greater good. One life for many. One life for many. This brings us to the trolley problem.
You want to break an omelet, you gotta vaporize an egg.
Exactly. Exactly. Wait, if you vaporize an egg, is it already cooked, or do you just need to get a new one? Because if you go to vaporize an egg, do you vaporize just the shell, or do you vaporize the entire thing?
That is an excellent question. I'll be right back. I'm going to the kitchen.
Oh my god, you're my friend now.
Aww.
You're my friend now. Now I'm adopting the introvert. I'm doing what every single kid tries to do to every single senior tries to do to at least one freshman. I'm adopting the kid. I guess I'm adopting the adult. You're my friend now. Hi, friend. Man, I'm sorry for your Fred. I'm sorry for the you know what, Sergio? Telling me that you skipped out on school, that you just skipped out on class, it's making me really, it's putting into perspective just how well you spell. How well you spell, yeah, how good you spell, yeah. Putting that out there, He keeps writing Fred instead of friend, and I will forever pick on it until he fixes it at least once.
Aw.
I will.
I'm not on the clock. I don't care.
I spilled Barry Will. Wow. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. He spilled Barry Will.
Every member of my department would be, like, cringing right now, but I do not care.
I'm cringing, dog. But I'm cringing like a proud mother, okay? That's called malicious compliance, and that is something I will always approve of. Now, here's one of my other questions. Model painting, you say?
Yes.
Now, here's my second question, my follow-up, if you would. Porygon! Hold on, this is serious. Porygon isn't garbage! Porygon isn't garbage, you just have bad taste, okay? Porygon is awesome.
I'm sorry, I'm just enabling.
Porygon's the cutest little thing ever. And let me specify. I don't like him to fight. I don't like him to do anything. I want him to sit there and look stupid and QB like he's supposed to. Okay, I don't like the newer one. I don't like the second one. I like the unupgraded, blocky-looking little piece of shit that fits right into, like, a background character, okay? That's what I like, okay? He's funny and he's silly, and if you like Magikarp instead of him, then fuck you. Alright, anyway. What I was gonna ask was, do you paint, like, with paintbrush, or do you prefer, like, an airbrush?
I have an airbrush, but I have never used it, so I always do it by hand.
You just sit there model painting like by hand.
Yep.
That shit hard. Ooh, do you like gradients?
Gradients. I am not good at them. I've tried them. Yeah, I've been doing it for like 15 years, so.
Yeah, you're my friend now. So like, what kind of models do you paint?
Well, okay, this is quite a journey. When I first started, it was with Warhammer 40k. I think that's kind of like the gateway game for a lot of people who are into miniatures.
The gateway game?
Yeah, that's kind of like the one that everyone knows. So if you're looking to get into miniature painting, you either do that or D&D minis, one of the two. Um, and then I branched out into other stuff. Like there's the fantasy version of Warhammer, which I really liked. Then I was trying to think what I got into after that. War Machine and Hordes, which is more like fantasy steampunk. That's the Iron Kingdom stuff. Presently, I'm working on a few different games. One is Marvel Crisis Protocol. I love the Marvel universe, so
Okay,
having like
Marvel's cool. I like Marvel. Go on.
there is a Marvel mod on Tabletop Sim, so anytime you want to go a few rounds, I'm up for it.
Don't
So
make me
yeah,
drag you into a Yu-Gi-Oh match. You're my friend on Steam now.
I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh since it first came out. That's a long time ago. Anyway,
I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh in a fucking minute either.
Yeah, so the Marvel game, and then I'm also painting for Blood and Plunder, which is actually more historical based. It's like the Age of Piracy. So last time I painted on stream, I was painting Blackbeard as well as Robert Maynard, the British naval officer who killed him. And I'm also painting. I have an entire Native American army that I'm working on as well.
So, my God. I see when you said model painting, I was like, you know, maybe this is just a lonely, sad man in his basement who's painting anime figures, right? Which honestly, that takes skill, okay? Because anime is a very specific style. Realism is significantly worse.
Oh, it's so much fun though.
No, it's fun. It's fun. No, listen, I will tell you in a heartbeat right now. If you look at any of my drawings that I have ever done. The anime ones are mid. The fucking paintings, I go hard. I prefer realism. I prefer my Renaissance paintings than the anime bullshit that's popular right now, which kind of makes me sad.
With the Marvel minis and stuff, like I've seen people do them up in like a cell shaded comic book style, which is really cool but super hard to do. But yeah, with the Marvel stuff, I go more realistic, and I really like the results.
I can see you with a tiny little paintbrush and like 5 sets of monocles, one on top of the other, to get into those nitty gritty details.
Yeah, I have to wear reading glasses when I do it.
Man, well now I have to ask the question: what was your favorite one? What was your favorite figure to like do?
Oh my God, you're asking me to go back over 15 years of painting.
What's one that you still have that you're very proud of? How about that?
I mean, I still have pretty much all of them, aside from the 40k orcs, which I gave to a friend. I would say probably Kuchan. Kuchan is my favorite. Kuchan? His full name is Kugoth the Plague Father, and he is a greater demon of Nurgle. So he's a very big he's a large boy, has a lot of mouths and boils and horrible gross stuff on him. He's got this cool, like, giant sickle that's all rusted up. I love doing rust effects. So yeah, he holds a special place in my heart. He took a couple of weeks to finish. Yeah, that and also the Dreadfleet set was another favorite. So Dreadfleet is a pirate-themed game in the Warhammer universe. And so it's all like ship-to-ship combat, and it's super fun, and I painted the whole set in about 3 weeks.
That sounds awesome, actually.
Yeah, I still have a picture somewhere, but yeah. Yeah.
That actually sounds really fucking awesome. That sounds really cool. I like that. See, I like miniatures just because, you know, I'm tiny, and I like having tiny things.
Fair. Kind of feel bigger by comparison.
Yeah. Well, not really. I mean, I bought like a toy car for kids, and I just use that to drive around. I mean, when you're the right size, you know, like, you can use anything. My husband, he bought me a really nice car, for like $30 because it was an RC car, you know, and I fit in there. I fit in there great, man. Like, shoot, teeny tiny, itty bitty living space.
I understood that reference.
I'm so proud. I'm using a keyboard with different font. Let me use it. You can, Chris. Yay. Just be mindful. Okay. Oh God, Chris found out you can use different keyboard fonts on Twitch. Nice. And now we pray. Chris's love language is bitch, cunt, whore, and fuck you.
Well then.
Which concerns me. I don't know where to go from here with Chris, but yep, there it is. Fuck you, but it's written in fancy italics. See? Anyway. Ooh, I love this question. What's a hot take you have? It does not have to be VTuber related. It can be
my
anything.
God.
Anything.
Here's the thing. I was actually having this conversation with someone just the other day, and I don't honestly have a lot of hot takes that I can think of. Like, most of my opinions are pretty mild, honestly. It's probably the boring answer, but yeah.
Oh no, you're fine. See, that one. Not everyone always has something good for that, right? I only had one person walk in with one fresh on the mind because they have a fucking stigma against an author. I don't remember what the author's name was. What was it? H.P. Lovecraft, I think it was?
How dare they?
I don't remember. I could be wrong.
Actually my favorite author.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But what they were complaining about was that this author, and it could be that person, I don't remember, but that author, she was saying that this person, like, just actively, constantly uses, like, 16,000 adjectives for what could have and was supposed to be and what should have been a simple sentence. Which I think that's fair.
That would defeat the purpose of it being Lovecraft. That was just his narrative voice, and it worked. It worked for what he was doing.
Honestly, man, I feel like write however you want to write. If you're gonna write something, then it's the way that you talk. You can have an accent, and people can copy it, but it's gonna be your accent.
I will say that Lovecraft isn't for everyone, definitely. So if you read his stuff and you don't like it, that is completely valid. But for me, he is my jam.
He is your jam, bread and butter?
Yes.
I take it you are very detail-oriented?
A bit, like, his cadence and his narration, I emulate that a lot through the aforementioned flagship character. She thinks and speaks a lot like he does.
Well, shoot.
Yeah.
Me personally, I'm the kind of person who, since I don't read a lot, and there's only, like, one book that I've ever had any interest in, I like when there's, like, a thick, chunky plot. You know? I like the thick, chunky plot. I don't need the flowery business. I just like the thick, chunky plot. That's my bread and butter.
Yeah, plot is good. Personally, I'm more character-driven, but plot is great.
I like mainly. Yeah, no, I like when the characters are well written too. But like my bread, butter, and my jam, and my will to live in my soul is always in like. Because this happens to me a lot, and this is why I don't watch anime. One of the main reasons I don't watch anime or shows or that much stuff anymore. Because once I start talking to myself, I don't need to see the climax, I don't need to see the end of the movie. No matter what movie it is or what show it is, I always know what's going to happen if you just let me talk out loud for long enough. Because I pay attention to the smallest fucking shit offside the screen that has nothing to do with the plot. Doesn't even come up later. But that tiny thing, that tiny prop on set, I'm gonna be like, oh, well now this is gonna happen because of that. And then that's what fucking happens, and I can't enjoy anything anymore.
That is very Jesse Cox. If you've watched a lot of his playthroughs, he tends to call the major plot twists like 5 minutes into the game.
I have no idea who that is, but I need to watch him now.
He's one of my favorite YouTubers, and a former teacher as well, so I feel a certain kinship there.
Ooh, what is his name?
Jesse Cox.
Okay, let me write this down. I'm gonna watch him later. I'm gonna watch him while I... That's a lovely last name. I'm gonna watch him while I eat my dinner today.
Okay.
Cox. Yes, a lovely last name. Chris! Chris bad. Chris. That is not how you spell Cox. Well, it could be. But, like, you know.
Also, I just sent you a bunch of pictures if you want to see.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, permission to show these on stream.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Oh, fuck yeah. Y'all have to see this.
Yeah, so the first two pictures are from the Marvel game. You can see Dormammu, Thanos, Miss Marvel, Rogue. The second picture is like a group shot, or the third picture is like a group shot of a bunch of the Marvel stuff.
Y'all have to see this. Y'all have to see this.
Then after that is a Blood Bowl team, so it's like American football in the Warhammer Fantasy universe. So up on the screen right now, that's Dormammu and Thanos.
That's so cool! That's awesome! Wow, you do really fucking well. Golly.
Thank you.
That's...
The flames were really fun to do. Especially, oh, if you look in the back on Rogue, the explosion under her, that was so much fun to do.
That shit tight as hell. Yeah, no, Sergio, I agree with you. Right, doesn't it? Hold up. Y'all, he sent me like 5, 6, no, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7,
Yeah.
7 pictures.
Yeah, sorry, hopefully
7.
I'm not like holding up the show or anything like that, but...
No, this is the entire point of the show. The entire point of the show is for, like, people to just know who you are, dog. Look at this.
Okay.
I'm gonna zoom in like crazy. Look at that. Oh,
Yeah, so there's
my
Thanos on his
God.
throne.
Holy crap-a-rooney. That's...
Sergio, that's savage.
It's more interesting to listen to Bum Bun. No, exactly. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. That's the reason I'm doing this show. I like to meet people, and I like to give people, well, a place where they can talk about all their shit all at once. Yeah. Fun times. Y'all, there's more. Hold on. Y'all gonna look at all of these with me. Oh my God. And she yaps. Yes, I yap, but at least I yap on topic. Unless it's a slow day for the other person. Then I yap off topic. Look at this.
So there's the group shot there, so a bunch of different models that I've done.
Oh, that Wolverine one looks nice. Is that Doctor Strange?
That is Doctor Strange,
Oh
yeah.
my God. Okay, hold on,
And
hold on.
over on the right side is MODOK, who's one of my favorites, and Kingpin. I love Kingpin.
I have a fucking problem with MODOK.
I freaking adore MODOK. He's so great. He's one of my favorite characters to field.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you at least though why I hate MODOK. There's a lovely little game. This is the first time I ever personally came into contact and enjoyed something that was a fighting game, and that was similar, like that had Marvel stuff just in
Marvel
it.
v Capcom.
Right? Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Fate of Two Worlds. Fucking MODOK. I did not have a good time. Correction, I did. I was just like pulling my hair out.
His genius is infinite.
His genius made me want to throw myself off a cliff. Ooh, okay, the Marvel ones look nice, but ooh.
Yep.
Ooh, what? I want to know about this one. What is?
Yes, so this next one is from Blood Bowl. It's like American football, but based in the Warhammer Fantasy universe.
Oh.
So it's an alternate universe version of Warhammer Fantasy where like the various races found a lost shrine to a god of competition.
Oh.
And they discovered the rules for Blood Bowl, and they were like, whoa, we don't need war anymore, we'll just play this. And so this is the Necromantic Horrors team that I painted up. I called them the Dusk Hollow Deadbeats.
That's awesome! Man, you do good work! Jesus Christ! When I heard you say model painting, I didn't think it was gonna be of this quality. I deadass thought you were just sending me pictures of figures you liked. If I had no previous context, I would have been like, there's no way.
Honestly, I've seen what else is out there. I am very mid-tier. Like, I am what I call the high end of amateur. There are some people out there who are just wizards with a paintbrush. They do amazing things. But yeah, this is just, I use very simple techniques to achieve a good effect.
Don't undermine yourself. This show is about you. Don't undermine yourself on my sofa. How dare you? Such words of disrespect against my new friend, no less. Ugh. Ugh. That's
so the
awesome.
next one.
Oh my God.
So the next one coming up is one of my babies.
Ships.
Yes, it is the Dread Fleet set. This was so much fun to do.
Y'all, look at this.
Yeah,
this is what he's calling mid-tier. Let's zoom in here. This is what he's calling mid-tier. Hold on. This. Mind you, these are miniatures. This is what he's calling mid-tier. These look 3D printed.
I'm really proud of how those rocks came out.
Oh, I know you had a fun time with the dry brushing.
Oh, they were great. Yeah, there's so much dry brushing on that stuff.
Oh my God. This
and then
looks
there's all the tokens above it. And then the top left is all the good guy ships, and the top right is all the bad guy ships. So I had to do the sails separately.
Oh my God, the ghost one.
Yes, the ghost ship. I love the ghost ship.
Oh my God.
That was like semi-dry brushing. It was like semi-wet, semi-dry. But it actually painted up really quick. And if you look closely on that, you can see like bits of dried seaweed hanging off of it.
Well, let me look closely. You know. Dog. Yes, of course. Mid. Yeah, mid. Yep, all of this talent, yeah, mid. This is not mid work, okay? I would pay good money for that. I would pay very good money for that. Mind you, I'm a cheap hoe. I'm the cheapest hoe you will ever see. Okay, I would pay money for this. Is that? Oh my god.
The next one is one of my favorite Marvel miniatures. I don't get to field him nearly enough, but yeah, I love the character.
Dog.
That is Mr. Sinister. I
Dog.
love him. He's so great.
Oh my god, I forgot he existed.
Yeah.
That's clean as shit! What the fuck? No.
I had to paint his cape separately just because like a lot of detail was hidden by the body, but yeah. This game turned out pretty good too, now that I'm looking at it.
Mid, he says. Alright, well, I'm no longer taking artistic opinions from you, sir. Because this is not mid. You are not high-end amateur. This is shit I would pay for. Just for this, I would pay $15-$20. I know it's a miniature. Actually, I might pay 30. Actually, I might pay 50 because it's Dr. Sinister. Dog.
Mr. Sinister. I don't think he got his doctorate in Sinisterish.
I call him Doctor. I call him Doctor because look at him and tell me he's not given that kind of energy. He's giving.
I think he's a doctor. He's
giving Dr. X in energy. I don't know if it's the forehead. I could be wrong. Let's see here.
Yeah. Oh my god. When I play Marvel, I almost always play Brotherhood. I love that faction. It's great.
Oh my god. All your models are giving Wizard 101 in the best fucking way.
Alright, so this one is from the game Hordes. It's part of the Grimkin faction, which is very, like, things that go bump in the night, very Halloween-y themed stuff. This is the Death Knell, this big vehicle for the group. This actually has a really sad story behind it.
Tell me everything.
So that kind of model is what we do in what we call sub-assemblies. So I had to paint a bunch of individual pieces and then glue them together, rather than just assemble the whole thing and then paint. So like the horse I painted separately, each of the band members around it I painted separately, the driver was painted separately, the 2 lampposts there were painted separately, and then once all those individual parts were done, then I could put it together. So, or at least done up to a certain point. Final highlights can wait until final assembly. So anyway, so I worked on it for like the better part of a week, getting each part individually done. And then I was like at the point where I'm sorry, I hear my own voice, it's throwing me off.
My bad.
No worries.
I turned the volume up real high because I got invested as shit.
Yeah, no worries. So I got to the point where I was like, okay, I've done enough that I can put it together and just do the final highlights afterwards. So I put it all together, and it looked so good, and I picked it up in my hands and turned it around, just kind of look at all the angles, and I was like, yes, I feel so good about this. I can't wait to finish. And then it slipped out of my hand. And I just watched it in slow motion fall to the floor, hit the floor near my desk, and shatter into 1,000 pieces. And I didn't yell, I didn't make a sound. I just stared at it, and then I just hung my head quietly, sat there for a few minutes, and then slowly got down on my hands and knees and collected all the pieces and put them like in a little bowl.
I would have cried! I would have
to.
never come back from that! Oh my god!
I wanted to, but yeah, the pieces sat in a bowl on my desk for the better part of 6 months before I had the will to put it back together and finish it.
Well, it was worth finishing. This thing looks beautiful. This is glorious. And y'all, guess what? It's not even the last picture he sent me. Look at this.
Yeah, it's the last one with a good story behind it.
It's the second last one. It's the second last image.
Yeah, the last one's pretty basic. It's from a Warhammer 40k starter set that I did, and I just liked how it looked. It's a Space Marine chaplain. So I paint up all my Space Marines to look like Blood Ravens. They're from the Dawn of War video games.
Oh, that is so cool. Oh, once again, dog, you dry brush like a maniac. That's impressive.
Oh yeah, for the base work, I almost always dry brush.
Exactly, we can't take your word for it. Sergio makes a good point. And yes,
freehanding
it's
writing
Bizarro.
on those purity seals was fun. Yeah, so if you look at the little papers hanging off of his gun, I had to do like a...
Little squibbles, little squibble squabbles.
Yeah, which the photo doesn't like betray how tiny that thing actually is. I basically had to use a brush the size of a pin to do the writing on the seal.
Oh my god.
Blood for the blood god, skulls for the skull throne, yes.
Skulls for the skull throne, yes.
Let the galaxy burn. Death to the false emperor.
Blood for the blood god. Blood for the blood god. Oh my goodness. I have been playing Elden Ring. The Seamless Co-op got updated, and my husband has not stopped talking about it. So I'm running around like a naked sewer rat, and using a spear and horseback. That is my job.
Nice.
Oh my god.
So yeah, so that's just a sample of what I do.
This is the most beautiful shit I ever did see. Sorry, I'm staring at the first one. The first one's giving...
Oh, Dormammu and Thanos.
Yeah, first one's giving,
You can actually see Deadpool in the background.
That's awesome, I love that.
Yep.
Oh, Deadpool riding the wave for real. Look at him go.
Yeah.
This is giving, like... What was the name? Was it Skull Rider? I think it was Skull Rider, the old movie. Oh my god. Dog, and he said amateur.
Yeah.
Let's take a moment to all jot down in our little notebooks, never to take an artistic opinion from this man again.
Well, high end of amateur, I did say that.
This isn't amateur. You've gone well past amateur, dog. It's not high-end amateur. This is... Dog, I've seen figures, like, with literally only 2 colors and horribly painted from official companies going for like $100-something. Okay, this I would pay $100 for. My god, that's beautiful. Wow. That's talent. That is skill. That's
I really need
awesome.
to paint. I need to paint more. The last thing I finished was Professor X, and that was like a month ago.
Professor...
Yeah, because I'm putting together an X-Men team. They released recently Nightcrawler, Iceman, Bishop, and Kitty Pryde as well.
Oh my god.
So I'm working on all of them.
You know what might be fun, actually?
Hey?
If you find, like, Scooby-Doo miniatures, that would be cool.
That'd be neat.
Yeah, because all of, like, the Scooby-Doo, like, monsters are always really nice. They have nice designs.
I also have to finish painting the Sinister Six. They just released a bunch of those.
Oh.
Yeah, I love... The Spider-Man Rogues Gallery is by far the best Rogues Gallery.
Dog. I better be getting some pictures. I need pictures.
Yeah, I just found Professor X, so I'm sending one.
Fuck yeah.
I painted him up to look like the 97 X-Men cartoon.
I expect shiny bald head. Oh, perfect. Oh my god.
Yeah, you can actually see like his so you can see my hand for scale, how tiny this thing is, and yeah, I made his tie striped. So, because that's what it looks like in the show.
Y'all seeing this? Look at this! Look at this! Dog!
I even managed to pick out the clip on his tie.
Carnage. Oh my god, the clip.
Carnage.
Awesome.
I do have a painted Carnage. Yeah.
He has Carnage. He has Carnage.
I do have Carnage.
He has Carnage.
I don't have a picture of him offhand, but I do have him.
You better do a special painting, well, model painting rather, to be precise, of Wolverine and Deadpool just for this new movie that's coming out.
I mean, I already have them painted.
True.
Although I do
have to keep them together on the shelf.
Yeah, I do have another Logan figure where he's just like dressed in casual clothes that I haven't painted yet.
Yeah. Ooh, actually, that'd be hilarious. You got man. If I ever started the only thing I've ever painted is a fucking pumpkin. I painted a pumpkin.
Valid.
That was the first time I ever dealt with anything, and I painted with whatchamacallit. I didn't paint with paint. I painted with some paint, but I didn't have a lot of paint, so I painted with whatchamacallit, with gel sticks.
Okay.
Oh boy. I mean, the gradients were pretty, but my fingers were gone.
Yeah, I mean, and freehand painting is really hard. I can't freehand that well. Oh, except for that one time. Because another game I paint for that I forgot to mention, Middle-earth, the Lord of the Rings miniatures game. I paint a lot for that. I have a large Mordor army and a Shire army as well.
Y'all. Alright. We have to, okay. All of y'all, find his P.O. box. We're gonna send him, like, we're gonna pick 16 Pokemon he's gonna paint him. I suggest Porygon, for no specific reason. Anyway, we're supposed to be answering questions, right? Right. I have a question.
Yes.
Well, it's not a question, it's a demand. Never underestimate your ass again! Ugh. Hurting my new best friend's feelings. How dare you?
I actually, so my self-effacing nature, it got so bad that I actually had a channel point redeem for a while that forced me to take a compliment.
That's beautiful. You know what? I'm proud of that. I can't say much, cause like I can't take I'm getting better at taking compliments, but like I can't take like gifts and shit. I have trouble with that. Anything that has monetary value hurts my soul to accept. And then they ask me why I can't keep a solid train of thought. Y'all are giving me a fucking DIY lobotomy, talking to me about some, hey, where's your train of thought? It fucking left me!
Okay, just sent two more pictures that show my one successful attempt at freehanding. So these are some of my Mordor orcs. So yeah, that design on the banner, I freehanded.
You got a steady ass hand. I would trust you to like draw blood out. You could be a nurse. You could be a nurse with that kind of steady ass hand. Look at this shit. Look at this. Oh, we gotta hold on a moment while we appreciate the navy blue and other blue shades sheets here for a moment. Let us appreciate this. This says a lot about you as a man.
Does it?
I'm quite proud. Yes, the navy blue sheets. I'll take navy blue.
Okay.
Live, laugh, love! Live, laugh, Oh my god, that orc is living its best life.
Yep.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And then there's another one that, yep, there he is on the right.
I love that. I've never unironically pinched my nose bridge before because I have glasses. I have to go above my glasses to do it. This is beautiful. That medicine, sir.
Well, I think, I had a cold at the time.
Oh my goodness, this is.
I'm not gonna claim to have the neatest desk in the world.
Dog, you look like you have a pretty good setup here.
Yeah, pretty much. That's whenever I do one of my painting streams, that is the table you're seeing.
Awesome. Oh my god. The flag you did right here looks fucking beautiful.
I was proud of that, yeah.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, I can't get over the live, laugh, love, and the I love sword. That's giving me a good giggle.
Yeah, there they are.
Ooh, Dragon Red.
Yeah, that's the brand of, well, the Reaper paints are the brand that I use primarily.
Oh. Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Hi, Cole. What's up? Cole has not been here in, like, months. Hi, Cole. What's up? What's good? This flag, the way you painted that, I can't get over the fact that these are miniatures that are probably, like, less than an inch tall. If at all.
Yeah.
That takes skill. That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh my goodness.
I'm actually holding that banner bearer right now.
Did you find it? How big is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
With the banner, he's about 2 inches.
Oh, with the so he's about 1 inch without it.
Roughly.
Oh, that's tiny.
Yeah.
This is my monthly check-in to see if you got a life or not. Oh, I have a life. I have a life. Yeah, I totally got one. I'm working way too hard, dog. I'm gonna be real with all of y'all real quick. I'm stressed as fuck, and I'm working on too many things behind the scenes, and it's making me not want to stream. But I'm glad I streamed today, and I'm glad I have the interviews, because it's forcing me to stream, and I kind of need it. Anyway, a little on the nose here, maybe, might be. But, you know, what's your favorite animal?
Favorite animal? Well...
Is it a bunny, perhaps?
I mean, there are certain bunnies that I am very fond of. I actually have some in my backyard.
Ah! You too?!
Yeah, I live near the woods, so we got all sorts of critters. But honestly, if I had to label a favorite animal, I'd probably go with wolf. Go figure.
Yeah, I had a feeling. See, you're the first one to actually fall directly into that. You're the first one to fall directly into that. Because other people will sit there and they have specific, like... Is bunny your favorite dish? That's a question from... Have you ever had bunny?
I have not, actually.
Good.
The most exotic thing I've tried was probably alligator.
That shit tastes like chicken. That's just chicken.
Yeah, I found it was like a halfway between chicken and fish. I had some gator tacos when I was in Florida. Yeah.
I was born in Florida.
I'm so
saw
sorry.
firsthand what it is like to be a Floridian child, okay? I had encounters with 2 loose pit bulls that dug a hole under our fence while we were in the pool. And I also had an encounter... Oh, they were nice. I fed them bananas. I used to stack toads from the pool because the pool was a mess and no one was taking care of it. So there were toads and frogs in there. And the toads, like, they learned to recognize me. And when I would walk out, they would swim towards me, and I would just play Jenga with the toads. And then there was an alligator in one of the later houses. It was backyard, road gators. I almost did. So it was backyard, and then like a ditch, and then like an actual fucking highway, right? That was where we lived at the time. And my god, there was a little baby alligator, and I'm assuming it's a baby because in hindsight, it wasn't too large, but it wasn't too small, right? So it was probably like a baby, right? And I would just go out and I would pet it and I would scratch it and I would give it bananas. This is a trend that I've had. I give random animals bananas. I also gave a deer a banana. They all love that shit.
Deers love bananas. I have deer.
Deers love bananas, man. I had to pick up a baby deer the other day, actually. Because it got scared of me and my husband because we were just watching it because it was just in our backyard. And the mom left the baby, and the baby got stuck in some brambles, and I had to go fish the baby out of the brambles.
Oh, no.
And then I just held the baby and started petting it until it started screaming for its mom.
Aww,
and it was the funniest shit because then the mother runs out, right? Stares at me, does nothing. Looks at me like, oh, you're not a threat. Looks at my husband. Now, my husband is a 6'1" man, right? So, the deer looks at me, it's like, oh, you're not a threat. Looks at my husband, and just runs to hide behind the shed we have in the backyard. It was the funniest shit on the planet. I've never felt more offended by a wild animal in my life. I was like, I'm the one holding the baby. How am I not the threat?
Oh, I've been offended by an animal once.
Oh, what did it do?
We have hawks in the summer, and they're not fun because they wreak havoc on the wildlife, especially the Henrys, which are the family of groundhogs that live under my shed. So I don't want them to get the baby Henrys. So whenever I'm outside, I usually have like an air rifle or something like that with me, just to kind of fend them off and like just scare them.
And shoot gun.
Yeah, I'm actually a pretty good shot. So one time a hawk landed on one of the trees in my backyard, and it was actually really close to me, and it was just staring down at me, and I was just standing there with my rifle like, what do you want? And then the hawk, I kid you not, turns its back on me.
What?
The disrespect.
Yo, nah! He said...
Yeah. So I was just like, oh no you didn't, and so I took aim, and I thought about hitting the branch, which I did, and it didn't affect it. It didn't care. So I was like, all right, fine, you asked for it. So I fired off a second shot. I hit it square in the middle of the butt, and yeah, so
I bet it had to have a few conversational talks with its family about that one.
Yeah, it just let out this squawk and flew away.
You got it right between the cheeks, and then it just flies off, having a life-changing experience that it can't explain.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So
I played too many shooters.
So was this a like bullet, or was this like a?
No, it was just a BB.
It was a BB.
It was just
okay.
a BB.
Okay. Well, here's my thing. So you literally went BB deep inside of an eagle's rectum, and you just change its life forever, and it just squawks and flies away.
Yeah.
And that, my friends, is why you never turn your back on anyone at all. Ever.
Yeah,
they will shoot you in the ass with a BB gun.
I remember surprising my supervisors too when I went to the range. Well, before I was a teacher, I was actually studying to be a police officer. Little known fact. And one day they took us to the range, and like they told us to keep like aiming for center mass because that's what you do. Yeah. I got bored doing that, so I just started calling headshots.
You said, alright, no point in living, you're on the range now,
yeah,
you are alive.
You know how hard it is to get a headshot with a shotgun?
I have never once held a firearm in my life.
Oh,
I don't think I can.
It's an experience.
It's an experience of... Here's the thing. I've never held a firearm, but I have held sledgehammers, and I have held many other murderous weapons in my hands.
Fair.
I don't trust myself with those kinds of things either. My husband, we were worried about something that was happening in the area, right? And I was being left alone in the house, and he was like, okay, I'll be back in a little bit. Take sledgehammer. I was like, take this away from me. And he was like, why? I was like, you might come back, and if I hear a slight noise, we may be in the hospital together. Man, I'm heavy-handed, and I don't have violent tendencies. But I feel like I'm a step away, just as a woman, you know? I feel like that's a character development point for me.
I think everyone has like this other mode they shift into when it's fight or flight, so.
Dog, for me it's just, I just kind of stand there, and I just start thinking. When it's an actual threat, I mean, like, I'll usually get violent. I mean, yeah, listen, in my defense, I'm a Cuban woman, okay? And as a Cuban woman, as a Latina, okay, I just gotta take off my hoops first before I engage in any violence. That's all it is. But regardless, see, guess what I have? I have more questions.
Okay.
Is there a conspiracy theory you have that no one will believe you on? Or just one that you think is a little strange to have?
Alright. So this means going slightly off-brand for me, because I'm typically a very family-friendly streamer. I have a theory that Attack on Titan, I have a feeling it was just a weird outlet for the creator's war fetish. I mean, it's right there, like... Like, we all saw it.
I have nothing to say. I mean... So...
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about that. I truly do not know how to feel about that. Actually, you know what? Let's keep on this topic because this is an interesting ass topic.
Okay.
What's another series that you feel like was just someone having a real specific fetish?
Say, actually, I have not kept up with anime as much as a VTuber probably should. I mean, because I'm more in the world of like fantasy and horror and things, so it's most of my influences lately are Western. Yeah, and most of the anime I watch is actually just like really lighthearted, feel-good stuff.
Dog,
okay. You would take Sigmund Freud to dissect everything behind the anime Elfen Lied.
Yeah. Ooh.
I love that show. I loved it. I thought it was great, but my god.
There's a lot to unpack in that show.
Yes. Oh my god,
I never
yes.
finished watching it because while I was watching it, I had this weird feeling in my gut where I was like, this doesn't feel like something I should be watching.
You kind of feel guilty for watching. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like you're watching a snuff film.
Yeah. So I watched up until a certain point, and for lack of spoilers, I watched up to like a certain point where she ended up getting revenge for one thing that I got really pissed off that had happened. I was like, I'm gonna watch until like revenge happens, because I was pretty sure with the way that everything else was going, there was gonna be a revenge point. So I kept watching. I was like, okay, this is fine. And then I saw the revenge, and I was like, that's enough of that.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. But me,
Yeah.
actually, what is your favorite anime out of all the ones that you've watched?
Very opposite end of the spectrum as Elfen Lied and Attack on Titan. My go-to feel-good anime is K-On!
What that?
It is a really lighthearted, fluffy, kind of like everyday life kind of thing revolving around a high school band club. It's really silly, and there's like no real conflict or anything. It's just all fun, and it just makes me smile.
I like that. It sounds like my cup of tea.
There's that. I really like Fruits Basket. And I have a very deep fondness for the spin-off season of Full Metal Panic, which is Full Metal Panic Fumafu, which is incredibly good.
Hi, Blackjack. What's up? Oh, Blackjack is the person I'm interviewing tomorrow, if I remember correctly, actually. Hi,
Nice.
Blackjack. What's up? Alright. Animes that I like. Everyone here knows that my favorite top anime that I loved, because I grew up with it, was, whatchamacallit? Black Butler. That's always been my favorite, right? Here's the thing, though. One of my other favorite ones, like, it's very hard for me to get emotional at a piece of media because I'm always thinking, right? The stupidest little anime made me emotional for no good reason, right? Because my other two are Psyche, right? Which is just funny, and I like the slice of life, like, just, like, random bullshit happening kind of thing. It makes me laugh. Love Live, which is also a high school band type thing, like, made me so emotional for all the characters.
Aww.
Man,
I have not seen any of those, admittedly, but yeah, I've heard them.
Black Butler's super short, so if you got time and you like Victorian stuff, I love the Victorian time period and the Edwardian time period. If you like that and you like gothic themes to an extent, religious, not really religious, but it's like, you can tell it it's on the religious point of like fantasy type shit. I feel like you might like it just from a story point.
Honestly, I have a partial theology background, so I find religion fascinating.
Man, yeah, religions are cool. I like religions.
Yeah. Yeah, I went to a Catholic college, so a lot of my professors were actual Dominican priests.
Ah, well, shoot. Me, I just don't have a religion. Bunny exists where Bunny exists with a smile.
That's fair. That's fair. Like, despite my choice of college, I am not a Catholic myself.
And yes, Blackjack, it is tomorrow. Were you unaware of the schedule? Because I'm looking over here on my calendar that's up there, and it says July 3rd, Blackjack INT, which I made short for interview because I had to rewrite it a lot, and your name is long. I was highly aware. Yes, it is tomorrow. Anyway, currently you're not the person on the sofa, but you will be tomorrow. But person on the sofa, see, I have another question, and this one's this one's weird, but I like asking it anyway.
Okay.
If you had to be an ant, what kind of ant would you be?
I remember you running that question by me, and I thought you were joking.
Nope. That is a legitimate question.
Let's see. What are like the really like? I don't know. I'm looking up types of ants now, actually.
Oh, it could just be the basic ones. A lot of people say bullet
honestly,
ant, sugar ant, fire ant, the motherfuckers with wings.
I'm okay going basic. I got a lot of them in my yard. They're fun. They don't hurt anybody. To hell with fire ants, though. I've had too many bad experiences with them.
Fire ants.
Yeah, my dad used to have.
I hate sugar ants more though.
Yeah, my dad used to have a ranch in Texas, and I used to go and help out on it sometimes. And one day I was mowing the lawn there, and I sat down to take a break, and suddenly I was like, my hand feels funny. My leg also feels funny. I look down, they are covered in fire ants, all biting at once. And it sucked. If you've never been attacked by an entire colony of fire ants, it is not an experience I recommend. It hurts like heck, and the marks stay there for ages. Yeah, for months after the fact, I just had all red spots running up my arm and leg.
I hate the thought of that. Oh my god, my feet feel weird now. Scratch my legs. Hold on. Anyway, fire ants aside, man, I just hate sugar ants. Because bugs will usually leave me alone, right? Except mosquitoes. Mosquitos me sazonan. For translation, mosquitoes eat me for breakfast, lunch, dinner, brunch, dessert, a midnight snack. I can't exist with mosquitoes around. They will consume my life and soul.
That's fair.
But sugar ants, I don't know if it's my blood type, but they try to bite me way too deep into the skin every single time that they are around. I know I'm sweet, but like you don't need to do it like that. Red velvet looking. Oh, Helsing?
They're cute.
Oh, sugar ants?
Yeah.
They're cute, yeah, but they're a bitch to me. Shoot, I can't. I can't.
Yeah, I mean, it does say here they were native to Australia, so that would explain that.
Yes,
pretty much any wildlife out of Australia will kill you if it tries, or it'll at least try.
Yeah, pretty much. Ooh, I do like this question. Question. What's a core memory that you have from like when you started streaming? When you first got into it.
Oh, absolutely. My first ever charity stream.
Oh.
Yeah, with the exception of this year, every year on New Year's, I've done a charity stream for Second Chance Animal Rescue of Puerto Rico. My mother's a personal friend of the person who runs that place, and we've gotten 3 of our dogs from there. So every year, except for this year, because of a lot of factors, I've done a charity drive for them. And the first year, I didn't know how much to go for. Like, I didn't know how, because I'm still a very small fish in a big pond. I still am. So I didn't know how much to ask for. I was like, all right, screw it, 500. We probably won't get there, but we'll try.
Yeah.
We ended up raising 1,500. We shattered the goal because of like a bunch of like late stream raids. I did like a huge all-day stream, like it was like 12 hours. And I was so happy
awesome.
that I agreed to do my topmost redeem or milestone reward like right away. And that was I sang on stream for the very first time.
Alright, y'all need to go find that clip for me. Go on.
Yeah, and it's a song I've sung on stream a couple of times since then. I'm not a great singer. I can think of a few other singers, like my friend Arcadia Comet, that the singing voice is unbelievable on her, but like, I'm okay. I'm passable.
I'm passable. I'll be the judge of that.
And so that time I chose to sing Bakamitai. I've sung a few other things on stream before, but that was like the best one because I had a huge crowd. Because I don't know if you know Yami. His character was like a preschool teacher, kind of like very comfy specialist. Dude's from Sweden. He rated me with like 70 people right at the end.
Damn.
Yeah. When my average audience was like 3 or 4. So after my mind broke, I was able to sing for this huge assembled crowd, and I felt like a freaking rock star because like everyone was cheering me on. It was one of the best streaming moments of my life. Yeah.
That's
So
like,
that was great.
that's awesome. That
there's-
actually, once again, I think you're taking top contender for the best answers to these questions that I've had so far.
It's that and the Kirinoki session. So I did a dedicated karaoke stream one time. Whack. It was in celebration after I did a fundraiser to help a VTuber friend avoid losing her home. So we succeeded. We got her the thing. So out of thanks, I did a dedicated karaoke stream, and oh my god, my friend Lilybell showed up. It was like, she's always too busy to come to the streams, and like that's the stream she shows up to when I'm about to sing for 45 minutes.
I like that.
And I did a 3-song set with like talking in between, and I did Bakamitai again. I did Cruel Angel's thesis from Neon Genesis Evangelion in Japanese, and also as the middle song, which was probably my favorite for the night, I did Rewrite the Stars from The Greatest Showman.
Fucking love that movie. Go on.
Yeah, I used to do musical theater, so I love that stuff.
What the fuck have you not done?
Fathered children, I guess.
Actually, you kind of have, haven't you? A whole teacher. I know somebody called you dad at least once, mentally. Has it happened?
I mean...
Has it actually happened?
Not dad, but a variation. Anyway,
Daddy? Did someone call you... Oh god, did a student call you daddy?
No.
I was gonna say!
No. I would never be able to set foot in the classroom again if that happened. Jesus. Anyway.
Papa, father.
Ugh. I did have a student try to flirt with me once in front of the class. That was... I didn't... The thing is, okay, I am very oblivious. Like, you have to be very explicit with something like that, or I will not get it.
You gotta sit there and be like, let's bone for this man.
Yeah.
Bone,
I don't read,
pun intended.
I don't read social cues that well, so I didn't realize they were trying to do that, and so I was just responding to everything they said, like, very politely, very kindly, and, like, from my perspective, that was the best possible thing for me to do, because, like, I didn't engage at all. But then I thought afterwards, like, I feel so bad for her, because, like, from her perspective, I brutally shut her down in front of everyone. Like, it wasn't an okay thing to do, she shouldn't have done it, but, like, it was a very embarrassing experience for her.
Okay, well, here's the thing, like, they shouldn't be doing that. Students should not be coming on to teachers at all, ever.
I completely agree.
Under any circumstance.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of where, like, in what specifics, like, very specific scenario that would be acceptable, but I can't even think of one. Just don't do it. Don't do it.
You don't do it.
Unless you literally just randomly saw this person and started flirting with them in a grocery store and then found out they were a teacher and then, like, y'all were hitting it off because y'all are the same age. That's the exception. But it's weird. I feel like it's weird to flirt with teachers.
Yeah, I've always feared that particular scenario happening. Just like over the summer meeting someone and be like, oh, she's nice, and then like the next year, oh, you're on my roster.
Oh, you're on my roster is crazy. Well, shit. That's the end of that relationship.
Yep.
But the beginning of a friendship. Tra-la-la. Oh, you've streamed enough for me to ask this question. What's your go-to method for, like, stream scuff? Or just technical difficulties?
Honestly, I just kind of embrace it. I laugh it off and I try to fix it in the moment. You can't stop the scuff from happening. It's gonna happen at some point or another. So you may as well just roll with it.
This is true.
Yeah, it's like my days in the theater. If someone messes up a line, you just keep going.
Hi, Sanders. What's up? Hi. See, when scuff happens, that's how they know it's me. Because if there is no scuff, there is a problem. Call 911. I've been taken.
Yeah.
Because I'm
It's
never
very
prepared.
important. It's very important to be able to laugh at yourself.
Yes. And I'm quite the funny motherfucker. So, like, I laugh at myself a little too often. My husband will sit there, I'll be talking to myself, right? Or I'll just, not talking to myself, or I'll just be sitting in silence. It's one of the two. And he'll be like, I'll just randomly start laughing. He's like, why are you laughing? And then he learned, and now he's slowly starting, like, when he hears me randomly laughing, he's like, what joke did your brain make? And and I'll just say the most out-of-pocket shit. Because the thing is, like, I'll do, like, the lip close and, like, zip and throw away the key whenever it became second nature. Whenever I make a joke that's, like, off the cuff for no reason. My god. See, those are the good ones. But those are the ones I can't say on stream, so moving on. Do you have any rituals or habits that you do before you stream?
Rituals? Oh, let's see. Oh, yeah, so I usually go to make myself a cup of tea while my intro is playing. Just because, one, it's relaxing, and two, I talk a lot, especially if it's a story time session or something like that. So, yeah, that was actually the most sage-like advice given to me by my VTuber mentor when I first started, is to have hot tea on hand whenever you stream.
Oh, VTuber mentor? Who?
Yeah. She's kind of an indie figure, often goes by Girl DM.
Huh.
Yeah.
I must look at this person now. Let me write the name down under Jesse.
I was being ironic. She's actually kind of huge.
Yes.
I started out as kind of a rando in her chat, and then when I decided I wanted to try being a VTuber, I messaged her and like, oh my god. Yeah, so I was not expecting to hear from her at all, because like she's a big deal and like I'm just some rando, but she responded within 24 hours with like a whole bunch of helpful advice and things, and she really encouraged me when I was getting my start. So
okay, now I have to know. Because I have to follow this person, because I like positive people.
Yeah, positivity is like her deal.
Yes! That's what I like to hear! Too.
Yeah.
Give me names. I need names. Well, name, plural.
What?
In singular.
Oh,
I mean.
for her? Girl DM.
Girl DM? Okay, good.
Yep.
Girl. I feel like I've probably heard this name, but I'm not good with names. That's something you'll learn throughout our friendship, because you're my friend now. I'm not good with names, right? But once you show me something, like, I'm better with sight, because I have an auditory memory, yes, but my photographic memory is way stronger than that. So when I see something, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, like I guess it would help if they had like a really like if someone has like a really catchy name, like that might be one thing.
Yeah.
In my case, I'm just using my author pen name, which is pretty unremarkable. So.
Well, the M stands for man, so it's Mr. Man.
It does stand for something. It's a closely guarded secret what it actually stands for.
Oh my god, he's not a man.
Hmm.
Alright, that's it. Take your pants off. We're funding this out, right? I'm kidding.
That escalated quickly.
No.
Your husband was downstairs.
This is not the right platform. This is not the right... No. Can you forget Fred? Wait, how can you forget Fred, though? He is mad cool. Listen, I'm not gonna forget Fred. I will be actively... A lot of people that I've interviewed, I have not actively texted. I will be actively texting you in the near future, dog. I'm not good at, like, checking messages, though. I try. But, like, thank God I moved in with my husband, because when we were first starting out and this shit was long distance, oh, he wanted to strangle me. Because he would send me messages and I would see them the day after. And I love him. And I just throw myself into my work and then I don't stop. But it's okay, I'm gonna text you.
Okay.
I'm gonna try my diddly darn hardest. Girl DM under Jesse Cox. Let me put a little stars next to it. Yes. We're 5 minutes over, but it doesn't matter. We're going for 40. All right.
Oh.
Now here's one that I actually saw that actually I do like this question. I like this question a lot. When someone asked it, I was like, oh damn, that's good. What's your favorite Little Debbie treat?
Oh wow.
Yeah, see?
That's super nostalgic, but also I don't have an answer right off the bat. Let me
search it up. You're fine.
Yeah, here's the thing, because I grew up on that stuff.
Yeah.
But I have not had one in forever because I'm trying, operative word, trying to be healthy.
I was trying to get off gluten. I ate pasta yesterday. That's life.
Ugh, honey buns, those can go to hell.
I don't know, I feel like if you heat one up a lot in a microwave. Alright, that's the end of that joke.
Devil dogs were pretty good.
Devil
Not
dogs?
gonna lie. I did enjoy a good devil dog.
Yeah.
There are also the ones with peanut butter in them.
Oh, Nutty Buddies?
Yeah. Wait, no, not that. It was kind of like a Swiss roll, but with peanut butter cream in it.
That exists? Wait, Google. Google.
I'm pretty sure. I think. They were like covered in chocolate and. I'm like looking
Cream
through
pies,
images right now.
Peanut butter crunch.
Oh, just don't search cream pies.
I'm not gonna search cream pies. Trust. Well, maybe not now. Maybe later. But that's neither here nor there. I'm kidding. I promise. I'm kidding. I promise. Actually, I'm not kidding. I'm actually quite the baker.
Actually, me too.
Oh hell yeah.
I make a really mean. I make a mean chocolate rum cake. I'm famous for that among my coworkers and friends. Yes.
You're my friend now. Alright, y'all, I'm keeping this one. He's my homie now. Ow! Hi, tree user. Tree user. That's a name. Hi. Hello. Welcome. You're a tweep now. Actually, while you look for that, do you know what peeps are?
You mean like the marshmallow things?
Yes.
Absolutely.
You like them.
I enjoy them. I would say the watermelon and Dr. Pepper ones were my favorites.
Okay, yeah, watermelon was pretty good.
Mm.
I usually stay away from like sour things, but the watermelon was pretty good.
I love sour stuff.
Latte! Hi! I haven't seen you in like 6 years! That's an exaggeration. I met this person on VR chat. They're very nice. Anyway. Hello. I might get your ass on an interview later, Latte. Anyway. Any luck finding out that that favorite little Debbie treat?
No, it's driving me crazy. I'm wondering if they just don't make them anymore?
Or maybe it's a different company that you were just eating at the same time.
It might be. Yeah.
Just
I might be.
I was just about to hop on BRC. Hope you're doing well. I might hop on with you.
That's why. Okay, yeah, they're Drake's Funny Bones. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
Dog.
Very similar type of snack, though.
Drake's what bones?
Funny Bones.
Funny
That's what they were.
Bones.
Yeah.
I gotta be
like
careful
this.
because typing Drake's Funny Bones nowadays does not result in good things.
That is true. Did not think of that. But yeah, they're
Speaking
basically
of,
like yeah.
Did you see that video?
Uh.
Did you have the
Probably
misfortune
not.
of laying your eyes upon it?
I don't think I did, because I don't remember anything cursed recently.
Okay, good. Well, you saved yourself. You saved yourself.
Okay.
Man, listen. Once again, I've said this 1,000 times on stream. I'll say it before. I'm not one to make fun of someone's manhood. But he looks like he survives solely on Blue Chew. Like, I don't think that's how that's normally supposed to move. It was like a giraffe neck. Like, you know how giraffes fight, right?
Yes.
It felt like that, and it felt unnatural.
Oh no.
Anyway, you know what my favorite ones are? I'm gonna grab a picture. Cause I see the Drake's Funny Bones things here. Those look really good.
They are delicious.
Wow, inflation is fucked up.
Mm.
That price hurts me to look at. But there's, and this is my favorite. This is my favorite. Hold on. My favorite possible thing on this planet. And if you come up to me with a box of these, you've won. I don't know what you've won, but you've won. This is my most favorite thing on the planet.
I feel like there should be a drum roll for this.
This right here. You get me some of these shits, and I will do anything you want me to do.
Those look pretty good.
I will play a game that I have sworn off. I will do so many things for these frosted cakes right here. Oh, luxury. Same thing, like, if you manage to make, like, there are these French brownies that they sell in Walmart. Now, when my mother was in a car accident that was so bad, it was on the news, right? I was staying at the hospital. We went to Walmart once, and then someone brought them for me, because they were like, oh, you like sugar and shit, right? And I was like, yeah. So they got them for me. I was devouring those things. They're so good. They're so good. But I think they changed the recipe, because the last time I ate one, like, more recently, it did not taste the same.
Aw, that's a shame.
Yes, I hate when people change the recipes of things, man. It's good.
Yeah.
Let it continue to be good. And yes, Chris, I am still alive. Anyway, this will be the second last question. Second last question. Let's see here. Okay. If you could collaborate with any VTuber or streamer or content creator at all, it doesn't have to be a VTuber. It could just be like a person who makes content. Who would you want it to be and why? Anybody.
I mean, honestly, like, I stay in a pretty small circle. I'm like in the smaller indie scene, and I actually like it there. I know I'm not gonna blow up anytime soon, but
You might. You never know.
Unlikely. But
all right, y'all, we're gonna make it blow up.
Outside of like my normal social circle, which I freaking love those people, I would love to do something with Warboss Tay.
Warboss Tay?
Yes, he is a miniature model painter. And when I was learning to paint miniatures, his videos were how I taught myself. And I also base part of my streaming persona off of his. Like, we have very similar personalities, both very like laid back and cozy, and just playing his video while painting miniatures, it had the atmosphere of like painting among friends. And I would love to do some sort of collaborative project with them. And here's the kicker. He recently followed me on Twitter. So we've been like corresponding back and forth, and he's an awesome dude, and I would love to do something collaborative with him in the future.
Dog.
So,
that sounds awesome.
Not VTuber, but yeah.
No, that's perfect. Man, usually it is VTubers, man. Honestly, once again, you're just like the sweetest, most respectful individual I've had on this channel. The first interview I had was a bunch of back and forth fuck yous, but it was all in good fun. It was all in good fun. It was with my son.
Yeah, that would be off brand for me.
On brand for you is a cup of tea and a light book. And some novels and some paints.
Just comfy, cozy, nice atmosphere. Yeah.
If I ever paint miniatures, I'm just gonna randomly call you up and ask you for help.
Absolutely. I love guiding people through that.
I'm gonna call you midstream and be like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna add that to my list of things to do now. I need to make you proud.
Yeah. It's the teacher in me. I love encouraging people.
Fuck yeah, let's go. Alright. Now, the last question, and this is the important one.
Okay.
What are some goals and aspirations you have for your VTuber career in the future?
Honestly, there's a bunch of new content that I want to roll out, hopefully this year, if I can. A lot of it dealing with like voice acting, audio role plays, ASMR, things like that. I also want to start making battle reports, so like videotaping my own like tabletop battles with miniature war games and posting those. I want to start releasing some books, getting some things published.
Oh, heck yeah.
And I've always told myself the way I will know that I've made it is if I go to a convention someday, kind of incognito, and I see someone cosplaying one of my characters, that will be my measure of success.
Alright. You told that to the cosplayer.
Yeah, if I ever run into a Zenobia Malderis cosplayer, she will be my friend. She has no choice in the matter.
Alright, y'all, we have to raise money for an outfit. Completely unrelated. Goodness gracious. Well, you, my friend, went 15 minutes. Count it. 15 minutes over the allotted time. How do you feel?
I am so sorry.
No, don't apologize. That means that we got along very well.
It did not feel that long.
It really didn't.
We've been going for almost 2 hours. It feels like 10 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? I like this dynamic. I will be contacting you in the future for Tabletop Simulator.
I am 100% down.
Frick yeah! Don't worry. I'll be like Boot Hill. I'll just like on your streams. I'll just be like, oh fudge, oh shirt bags, oh fork. It'll be that. I'm gonna have to try. Well, it's not hard for me to not curse. I just have to go into my my mother-in-law's around me mode, and I'll be fine.
That's fine. I have a chatbot who rules chat with an iron fist. In fact, yeah. In fact, tried to censor a friend of mine for trying to encourage me, because she mentioned that I could become HoloLive's next big member,
Yeah.
and it censored big member.
You know what? Yo, you gotta tell me the name of this bot because I need it.
I don't remember the settings that I put, but
Oh my god.
It's way too strict, but it has also led to some of my funniest on-stream moments.
Dog, honestly, you do gotta censor that big member. There can't be any encouragement in this chat. I just let everybody talk about whatever they want so long as it doesn't break Twitch TOS. That's my only rule.
There's a reason I only have a camera over my hands. So thank you all for coming.
Anyway, yeah, thank you. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, sir, because you are sitting in this magical chair, you get to pick who we raid today, if you have someone in mind. If you don't, I'll raid someone random. But likely, and I'd prefer this, for it to be a person of your choosing.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh god. While
you decide that, I shall give my wonderful little intro. You ready to hear the sickest intro on the planet?
Sure.
It's not coughing, I promise you. I promise you it's not coughing this time. Y'all know what time it is. I hope you have a wonderful morning, noon, or night, whatever it be for you. If it's morning, I hope you have a wonderful day. And if it's night, I hope you have a wonderful sleep, sleeping, and dream of eating favorite food or doing your favorite activity. Until next time, beautiful lovelies, au revoir. And mwah. And don't worry, y'all are gonna get another set once this is figured out. How you doing over there, Mr. Man?
Pretty good. I was just checking to see if anyone's doing like a big event or anything like that, but I'm not seeing that. So usually my rule of thumb is to go with like someone I haven't rated for a while, or someone who would whose mind would break with the sudden viewer boost. So, how about Yuki? Yeah. Let me type in the name in the chat.
All right, let me see. Let's get in there.
Yeah, she's a super cute ghost girl.
Oh, heckaroony. Alright, let's go. Wow.
Yeah.
Y'all ready? Let's go. Let's go harass some people. By harass, I mean go say hello with a smile.
Yay, harassment.
Yay! Yay! Anyway, I'll see y'all later. Bye. Mwah, mwah.
Bye.
And those of you who aren't joining the raid because you suck, or you just don't want to, you're getting off, or you're on YouTube and you can't, haha, hee hee, get on Twitch. I'll see y'all later, and by later, I mean tomorrow with another interview. Bye. Mwah.